You don't need to use it as one quote. You'll be editing what I say.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I might slip up.
That's more than okay. Who are you and where do you live?
Rose Waghorn. I live 2 fields away from the moors.
How do you feel about being so remote?
I love it. I like it to be dark at night, and I like to be able to go out and watch the bats fly and hear the owls. And I like to know that I'm alone and isolated. I do well on my own.
How has the moor changed over time?
The moor isn't used as it used to be used, so it has changed. The birds have changed on there, particularly used to get lots of plovets. They also call them peewits, but they used to be everywhere. You don't see them now. We used to have woodpeckers in the field outside the cottage every morning. But there'll be loads of them now, you're lucky to see one of them. There's more bracken than there used to be in places you wouldn't expect to see bracken. It used to be where you could scythe it to the ground because it used to be used, but now it just grows everywhere and poisons everything else.
What do you think about the future of the moor?
You're incredibly worried about the future of the moor. I hope there's enough local people around to keep it as it should be. It's under threat from the environment. So you have fire threats, water shortages. They already have to carry in water some summers to some properties. And the young locals can't afford to live here. So they have to move out or we have to build. And I know that there is a desire to live on the moors. So there's this desire to build on the moors. But the trouble is, it's like when people all moved down here, as in COVID, that changes everything because there's so many people walking up there now. They are ruining the very thing they've come for. And you can't blame them for wanting to live there. And I don't know what the answer is because you can't stop people wanting what they want and they're entitled to enjoy it. But they are destroying everything. So I don't know what the answer is, but I do know that unless somebody steps in and makes very strong laws to protect it, because everybody's trying to nibble at the edge of the law at the moment to see if there's a way to make money off it. And that has to change. Of people moving in, it's full of cars. And there never used to be anybody here.
How is housing allocated to those who live on Dartmoor? And what kind of people are living on Dartmoor?
So they ask how long you've lived here and how many kids you've got and what are the housing needs of the kids you've got and stuff like that. All of that at the moment is controlled by Dartmoor National Park.
How do you think you would cope living in a town?
I wouldn't.
Why not?
I don't do well with a lot of noise. I like it to be peaceful. And I don't like light pollution. I like to be able to see the stars. And I like to feel one. I like to go outside regardless of the weather and stand amongst it. You can hear stuff, you can smell stuff, you can smell the seasons changing. You can't do that in a city.
Living so remote, do you often visit people or do people come to visit you?
Bit of both, but home is for family as far as I'm concerned, so I don't have many people up here. You have to be very close to me to come here.
How do you feel that life on Dartmoor has been romanticised and how does that compare to the realities?
Hugely. If you pick up a copy of Country Living, you'll see exactly what everybody thinks Dartmoor is like. But it's cold, it's damp, it's a special kind of cold that gets into your bones because it's a wet cold. There are insects everywhere. If you don't like spiders, Dartmoor's not the place for you. It's heaving with spiders. And slugs, you know, small, size of small mice, some of them.
And finally, What do people need to understand about the importance of keeping animals when they come to Dartmoor?
Learn about them before you keep them. They're not soft furnishings, they are living things.
Thank you for your time.